Hello, everybody. I'm here. I'm here. Welcome to everybody in the chat. Welcome to all the members. I'm going to do my best to just do the recap, and then we are going to talk afterwards. So anybody who jumps in later, let them know. We're going to stick to the recap, and then we'll talk afterwards because my goal is to make it through it. So, okay. Hold on just a moment. Okay, I have everything. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Natalie. This is Scientology Life After a Cult, where we recap the Scientology news that has the internet buzzing. So you want to subscribe, you want to like, everybody over here, head over to that like button and hit it for me, please, because like I keep saying, sometimes those notifications work. You'll notice I'm working on a different background because it just needs to be different. Okay. It's so good to see you guys. I just got to say, and I know I don't really see you, but it is good to be back here in this chair. So let's do this and let's chat some more afterwards. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off with something a little funny. You know, I love protest art, protest music. We're going to look at something here that's from Squirrel Squad. It's from Squirrel Squad something. I can't read the whole thing, but I got links down below. I actually got them posted. Everything's down below. You can check it out. This is The Encampment, a pop synth heavy echoic in the shadow of night. We won't fall apart. Let's take a look at this. Scientology's gotta go. It's bad, we all know. We rise up tonight for what's mine. Scientology's gotta go. A little peek, but I thought that was funny. I love it. Scientology's got to go. I mean, that's pretty much the theme here right now. So I love it. Let's take a look at RICA. RICA is over in Portland. And I love this so much. And I really want to know what you guys think, because I just feel like ever since I've seen it, I've just been walking around saying, "You're still in a cult, Tammy." Anyways, you watch it. We'll talk about it. Take a look.
I'm out here. Yeah, go to the side door. You're still in a cult, Tammy. You're still in a cult.
She just gets back to her chalk art, but it did make me laugh a whole ton. You're still in a cult, Tammy. You're still in a cult. I feel like it needs to be on a shirt. You're still in a cult, Tammy. All right, next one, Sins of Scientology. Now, the new episode that just dropped is about Heber, Jentz, who was the president of the Church of Scientology before he was put in the hole where the executives were kept in these double wide trailers. And his story and as far as we know, he's still alive in there. I mean, no one's seen him in such a long time. So I'm so glad that Sins of Scientology did an episode about this, because this needs to be known. And many people who are newer to Scientology or the movement to end Scientology might not be familiar with Heber and his story. And it's definitely worth checking out. We're going to look at just a clip from it, or listen to it.
Join us as we navigate through Heber Jentz's serpentine journey, a tale of faith, power, and betrayal. This is not just the story about a man. It is a story about the lengths to which an organization will go to protect its secrets and the human cost of those secrets. Stay with us as we lift the veil on the story of Heber Jentz right here on the Sins of Scientology.
That just sounds fantastic. How like it's informative but eerie. The whole channel is doing true crime, but around Scientology. So if you're not already following Sins of Scientology, make sure that you go and do that, because they're putting out some good stuff there. Now let's take a look on Sterling Tompkins' channel. He did a collab with Jenni. And Jenni, I apologize. I always want to say Storm, but it might be Strom. Can someone tell me in the chat what her last name is so I get it right? I always say Jenni. Because I confuse your last name up, but I want to get it right. So somebody tell me in the chat, if you're catching this on the replay, be sure to jump into those comments as well. All right, so let's take a look. They were talking about their reaction to the Xenu story when they first found out about Xenu and body thetans and what the reaction was to that. And I do believe both found out on the internet. And we're just going to look at a clip, but you got to go watch the whole thing because they really talk about it more and it's hilarious.
There for that, like, oh, I feel like a moron. I was like, oh
Right.
my God.
No, I didn't feel like a moron.
Would
I
they not
felt
have
like
told me that?
I felt like that's awesome. There's really aliens.
I felt so stupid. I was like slaving away for helping people get like body veins. What?
And then when you woke up the next day, you
Thanks.
didn't die of pneumonia. I actually didn't see it there. Jenny, someone sent me the link to the original leaked OT materials. I read it online.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember reading it with caution and being like, don't read it too fast. Be careful.
How's my
This
throat
sort of stuff.
feeling?
And when I read it, I went, are you joking? That's the wall of fire? That's the big secret? Oh my God. No lightsabers, no force, no Darth Vader. That's the story? You suck, dude.
Link down below to the whole collab that they did. I think it's okay. So Strom, it's Jenni Strom. Storm would be so cool because she is like this storm coming at Scientology, but Strom is good too. I like it. Okay. Did you guys see Phil Jones? I mean, and I got to tell you guys, I am massively behind in a lot. I've been catching up recently on things, and please send me clips, send me links, Natalie@lifeafteroccult.com. Tell me what I'm looking at. Send me timestamps. Thank you so much for those of you who are continuing to do that. It really helped, especially today, because I was kind of like, I've seen some things, but I'm a little out of the loop, but I will be getting up to speed. Phil Jones has a channel here on YouTube. I've had him on not that long ago. I think it was a few weeks ago. And he and his wife, Willie, are protesting. I believe they're out in Canada. And their story is, for those of you who know, some of you might know, so I'll just be brief about it. Their children are Sea Org members who they haven't seen or heard from in about a decade. And they've been working a lot to protest Scientology, to raise awareness about the harmful practice of Scientology disconnection. And he's here on YouTube and I love what they're doing. He did some fun stuff the other day that we're going to look at. He went and knocked on some Scientology doors and he shares about an immigration raid, which I didn't hear about this. If anybody else heard about it, let me know, because I never heard about this immigration raid. This is amazing. But we heard about it now, and I think we should let everybody know about it. So let's take a look.
A little over a year ago, 5 Canadian immigration vehicles showed up at this Scientology building, armed immigration, and raiding the Scientology building. How we didn't know about this, I have no idea. I didn't see it in the news. We have not heard anything about this, but this neighbor witnessed it. He was walking down this trail. They pulled up to this building, 5 cars, immigration, fully armed, which for Canada is pretty incredible, and raided the building. It's like, that's bizarre. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that some human trafficking thing going on. Maybe now these cars, apparently they had Quebec plates on them. So maybe they reg somebody from the Quebec org for the CLO, the Sea Org here.
And the CLO there is the Continental Liaison Office, which is a Sea Organization management body. And we know that there's human trafficking that goes on with Scientology, and often they'll recruit people from outside of the country, hold on to their passports, and make them work ridiculously long hours, punish them with beans and rice, cleaning bathrooms. I mean, and that's honestly, that's like the light punishment in Scientology. Let's be honest. It is great seeing him out there, though, Ace, and I agree. I'm glad Phil's doing the good work out there. He was a huge win for the cause. I would completely agree with that. Love what he's doing. He also went up to the door, which had a doorbell. I think he's got a nephew who is there, who he was hoping to see and say hello to. Let's see what happened.
We should ring the doorbell, I think. All right, so this is their front door. There, the bell is ringing. chances of a response. So here's an interesting thing. They say there's 24-hour video surveillance. Oh, somebody is coming to the door. Hi. I want to say hi to my nephew, Rory. And goodbye. Okay. Wow, they came to the door. That was a surprise. They came to the door.
Well, they've been at the windows.
Yeah.
Listening.
Oh.
Well, I was talking to the window.
That's interesting that they came to the door, especially since they have 24/7 surveillance. I don't know. Maybe they saw film, maybe they didn't, but they sure did learn. As soon as she saw that camera, boom, shutting that door. It is interesting, though, that she didn't know. So I bet there's going to be some policies put in place to help staff members not be exposed to suppressive people like Phil and Willie, who are absolutely amazing. And I don't know why they wouldn't just want to say hi to them, but I don't know. Scientology and their harmful disconnection practice at work. Also, they had a conversation with a police officer there that was interesting because you know that Scientology was going to have the police show up. Let's take a look at that.
So, sorry, what's the issue?
So Scientology's in this building,
Yeah.
and my wife and I were
Members.
we're early from 16 years old, and they do child trafficking and senior abuse and stuff like that. So we're just out here protesting.
Okay.
We've seen the abuses up front. My wife has seen kids 6, 7 years old in the galley washing pots and pans and stacked
So I'll
roof
be
high.
totally honest with you. Is like this is my first time seeing
Yeah,
this. Like,
yeah.
is this the first time you guys have done this?
For this
or
here, in this building here.
this particular
Right.
place?
And so, yeah, we were just out protesting it and just expressing our disagreement with the abuses.
Okay,
that
and you guys are totally legally rights to do that.
Yeah.
All I'm going to ask you is just stay off their property.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure you guys
Which
know.
we did.
which is
Yeah, yeah.
and that's it. That's it.
All right.
And don't like write anything too crazy on the sidewalk.
No,
It's sort of
it's chalk and it's
Who wrote
totally
that?
removable. All
That is
Don't write anything too crazy on the sidewalk, but knock yourself out. And it sounded like he didn't know about a lot about Scientology. Me and Taj are right. He seemed to be interested in wanting to listen. I would agree with that. I think that was true. It did really seem this way. And take a look at this. This video cracked me up because whose video is this? It was LA. It was LA and Toronto. Toronto Scientology audit, getting in potentially worrying about getting in trouble for some chalk art across the street. Take a look.
Going to get in trouble, aren't I?
You probably
I'm
could.
going to get in trouble.
Well,
I'm going to get in trouble now. It's just chalk.
but
It's chalk.
yeah, it is chalk.
Oh my God, you guys. Okay, maybe. Oh my God, so look at this. They think that, and he knows we're over here because I just went over there,
Yes.
yelled at him while he was scrubbing off the chalk and
Yes.
told him that it was going to take a lot more effort to going to get in trouble, aren't I?
You probably.
It reminds me of that. What was that one video that kind of went viral? I think it did. Nobody's going to know. They're not going to know. No one will know. Everybody knows. I'm going to get in trouble. Oh, it's so great. All right, let's go take a look. Let's hop over to Chicago. I was getting caught up in my Windy City THETAN clips. He was out there doing his thing, including letting a Scientology, I'm going to go with volunteer, might be a staff member, but being there not wearing those hideous uniforms, that this is maybe a volunteer. Often in Scientology, they're operating THETAN committee, which is basically like PTA. They will get together and volunteer to take care of the grounds and things like that. So could be a Scientology volunteer, but nonetheless, Windy City THETAN was there to let her know what's up. Take a look.
Don't your THETAN powers give the ability to water the plants without having to come out here? Are you aware of Xenu? Right? Xenu, who gathered up all of the bad THETANs trillions of years ago, brought them to the earth, threw them in volcanoes.
What was that little wave she did? Was that like a secret Scientology sign for unlock the door? And there she goes, but not before she got a little bit of an education about Xenu. So, there's that. There's that. All right, Windy City THETAN out there doing some good work. Also, he caught a Scientologist actually doing something that actually helps the community. I know you guys are going to be shocked, but we're going to look at it because we talk a lot of crap about Scientology. And sometimes when they do something right, I feel like, you know what? We can give them that. We can give them that. But check this out. This is Windy City THETAN in Chicago.
Anything positive to share about the church today? Oh, look at that. A Scientologist actually doing something good for the community. What's your position on children?
That was it. He picked up a piece of garbage, but still, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. We should always validate the good things because then you get more of that, right? You get what you put your attention on. So on the rare occasion that it happens, I'm glad we get to share it. Windy City THETAN, also out there in Chicago, had a great idea. He got some business cards made with information while he's out there to be able to hand to people. Let's take a look at what he did.
I have new business cards. Boy, I feel like I swallowed a fur ball or something. So these are mostly inspired by Tori Magoo, right? What my goal is that the people that they hand their flyers out to, if I can't get them not to go in, I want to be able to hand them this card. There's a scan code here, and the scan code will show a blog, a page on my website that's got several blogs. Miriam Francis, the Chase Wave, which for those of you that don't know the Chase Wave, Scientology used to take their members' information, sign them up for credit cards, run the credit cards up, and then default on them without the members knowing that.
True story. True story. We're going to be hearing a lot more about that as well. I just love it. I love that he did that. I think that's such a great fun idea to be able to hand that stuff out. And then he got, while he was out there, a little cam back from some of the body routers. Scientology calls their recruiters body routers, and here they are.
Can you tell me anything positive about your church? Is there anything positive about your cult? Tell me about your cult. Please don't approach me. Please don't approach me.
I don't think she ever got that phone on. Seems like she was just, you got to be quick. You got to be quick on the draw. You got to be ready. Maybe he could give them some tips on how to be ready in case protesters show up and you want to go ahead and you want to film them. You got to be ready with that phone. Now let's take a look at BBALLCHIC. Chatted with an ex-Scientologist. Now, I didn't know which, somebody tell me in the chat if they know which location is this, because I did not decipher, I could not figure that out. Take a look at it and tell me in the chat or a replay, tell me in the comments, where is this?
I was in my early 20s and I had a ton of money from, that's a whole other story. And then a good friend of mine who was just so brilliant, this guy, read Dianetics and he said, I can't even believe I found this. Like, let's go. And I signed up for, I think I took the student hat course.
Really interesting. Link down below so you can hear the whole chat, but talks about, you know, her time being in Scientology and what her experience was. And all over again, just helps to remind us, yep, this is exactly why we're doing this. It's exactly why we're raising awareness about Scientology's practices that are incredibly harmful. And it's wonderful when somebody who is an ex-Scientologist can approach people who are protesting and share their experience, because I think it really validates, again, the work that they're doing to be out there. Because it's, there are so many out there a long time. Okay, a lot of people saying Salt Lake City. All right, cool. Salt Lake City, Salt Lake City. Love is out there too. So maybe they can go out there together sometime. Did you guys see JDSA in Austin on rollerblades doing flyer tech where they actually tried to recruit him? There were some Scientologists out there. And yeah, whipped out that Dianetics book real quick. Let's take a look and see if he joined or not.
I have a little cafe right here. Is this, yeah, or is this the neighboring restaurant? I have to look into that a little bit more. Hey there.
Buddy, something to help you with?
Oh, no.
They definitely don't know. They obviously don't watch enough SPTV to recognize or no, this is a protester. Jay's like wearing a body cam, I'm pretty sure too.
Oh, just checking out what's y'all got. Is this you with them?
Oh, we got a lot going on there.
Oh, nice. Like, do you mind letting me know? I mean, I'm just passing by, so.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, do you mind kind of give me a little rundown so I could get off my blaze and come back in? Just what do y'all got going on?
Oh, it's Scientology.
What's that about?
Well, it's about, first of all, a guy years ago, Ron Hubbard.
Okay, I'm listening.
Wrote a book called Dianetics,
Right.
Science of Mental Health, and that pretty much says it right there. It's modern science of mental health. And then Scientology is an expansion.
Oh, interesting. So it's like a subgroup of his Dianetics.
Yeah, he started out the Dianetics thing, and then with the investigation and all of the scientific workings going towards that knowledge, it became super
Awesome.
fantastic. I mean, even the football player says if you want to be learn how to be the Jedi,
Yeah.
let's go to Scientology.
Did you hear that? You want to learn how to be a Jedi? You can get that in Scientology.
Okay.
So that's what they have.
Cool. That's pretty cool. Is it pretty popular still?
Well, yeah, it is. I mean,
Because I think I heard about this a while back. Like one of my parents or somebody, maybe when I was younger, had mentioned it. And then now I'm seeing it. This looks like a newer building. So.
Yeah, this is brand new.
Got shoes in your backpack.
Bro, they're up the road. I was thinking about throwing them in the backpack too. What you got going on? Oh,
That's the book right there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot more, and what are you interested in? That's probably.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I was just kind of passing by. I saw this brand new building. I know it's kind of newer to Austin.
Yeah.
And it looks fancy. I'll tell you that much. Looks like whoever's running this place has got money. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've been decent. I appreciate you chatting with me. Can I get some knuckles? Jay, my name.
Oh, my name's Shin.
One more time.
Shin. Like
Shin. Nice, brother.
Shoes, man. Come on in. We got like a whole multimedia set up.
A multimedia.
I gotta say though, I mean, as far as Scientology recruiters go, I mean, I would probably take the time to talk to those guys because they seem like they might have some fun stories, and I would want to know more about their Jedi abilities, being that they said if you want Jedi abilities, that Scientology is where it's at, man. So yeah, I don't know. I would like to see some Jedi abilities coming out of those two, that's for sure. Now, if you guys have been wondering what's going on over on L. Ron Hubbard Way from Scientology's perspective, we are going to take a look at some clips coming up from Jessica Palmadessa and Confident Chris on L. Ron Hubbard Way, looking at the weird stuff they got going on over there. But here's the thing. What we're going to look at now is what Scientology says is happening. KT Peta, Jay, I am your father. Oh, that'd be funny. Okay, so this is what Scientology says is happening on L. Ron Hubbard Way right now with their shenanigans with blocking off the street and all of that. It is their June 2024 began with the launch of a month-long calendar of street festivals on L. Ron Hubbard Way, hosted by the Church of Scientology for residents and visitors to East Hollywood. Opening weekend included food trucks, artisanal booths, and a kid zone featuring water slides, a bouncy house, and carnival games. Has anyone seen? Did we miss the food trucks? I'm always down for a food truck. Let me tell you that. Did we miss the food trucks? Maybe. Did anyone see the food trucks? Because this is what they're saying. They're adding things on, it looks like. So we're going to come up to some clips where you guys can actually see what's what. Let's jump into Lara FM stream. If you did not see her out protesting on Father's Day, you got to go back and watch it. It just was really powerful. And here she is speaking with a Scientologist, leaving the hotel, heading over to Scientology.
And having young underage children audit or you auditing them is illegal. That's also child abuse. You're manipulating a child's mind before they even know how to use it because you believe a child is just a small being in a body. Do you see how the thin line crosses between pedo and
yeah, just fantastic. And then Lara was talking about empathy, and I've always been impressed. The first time I had Lara on the channel was after after she was assaulted by a Scientologist, and the amount of just empathy that she had just blew me away. And she's talking about this on her stream yesterday as well. Let's just take a little peek at that.
I can see where the actual blame is or where that trouble is in my mind instead of that situation in front of me. being the issue, you know? Anyways, I'm not a therapist, guys. I'm just, it's Father's Day. I'm just trying to find that self-empathy, empathy for my father, empathy for my brother, empathy for my family, empathy for my mom.
Just beautiful. When you think about what so many, you know, people who left Scientology, especially the Sea Org and the kids who grew up, like I grew up in Scientology, but I did not grow up in my younger years in the Sea Organization in Scientology. It's very different when you're a child. And kids who grew up in the Sea Org like that, like Lara and you know, like Mike, so many others, the level of empathy still that they have and ways to desires to still help the people who are there. I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think it goes to show that a lot of times it's that you think about nature versus nurture, right? And growing up in Scientology, I think many of us wonder like, oh my gosh, like how much of this is permanent or who we are versus what we were led to believe we were or how we should be. So it's just a real beautiful thing. Go check out the whole stream if you get a chance. Kelly, meanwhile, Kelly here on YouTube went for a stroll down L. Ron Hubbard Way with a security guard to let him know what was up, invited him on a little stroll. Let's take a look.
Come on, show me the, okay, come on, let's go for a walk.
I think she was playing hide and seek or something with him.
Come on, let's go. Hold my hand. We'll do it together. Aw, back up, back up. She crossed the barrier, he says. Come on. Show me the permit. Sorry, excuse me, eat your lunch. I'm not here to disrupt anything or film children. This is my bless your heart. Bless your sweet security heart. You have anything you want to say to people? Tell them hi. Peace.
She just has a great conversation with him rocking down the street there. And at one point, she actually makes suggestions on where he could find other types of work to be able to get out of work.
You know about AmeriCorps? You could join AmeriCorps. It's a volunteer job for, well, America, but you get like a stipend at the end to go back to school. And you can help, there's conservation corps depending on your age, but you could do like trail work or help clean up disaster areas, things like that. It's like, what's it called when you volunteer elsewhere? What's the volunteer thing when you go to somebody else's country and help them? I forgot. But basically it's that, but it's for America. And it's
giving them options. I just love it. Letting them know, hey, there's so many ways you could, other ways that you can help and contribute. Because that's the thing. A lot of people join Scientology because they actually do want to help. They really do. So it's actually a great conversation to have with, and I don't know if he's hired security or he's Scientology security or what, but she continues to talk to him and got him to actually break protocol from saying the same thing. You're trespassing, get off the property. You're trespassing, get off the property. And she broke through. And with what? With plants, taking care of plants.
You give me that water, it's clean, there's no chlorine, I'll save the plants.
It makes you feel better. I'll get somebody to check them out later, all right?
You guys tell me that, but nobody ever does it. They just tell me that to try to get rid of me. I know your ways, sir. I know your ways. Can you please either give me that water, it's clean, there's no chlorine, I'll save the plants.
It makes you feel better. I'll get somebody to check them out later, all right?
If it makes you feel better, I'll get somebody to check it out later. That actually was fantastic. And I really hope that he does. I hope that he does. Now, Confident Chris, if you check out Confident Chris's stream, we're going to look at a link where he and some other people were looking down the manholes in search of the big question about these tunnels around Big Blue. There were existing tunnels that were built years ago because it was a hospital, and they had some cameras and we're putting it down a manhole. And let's take a look. Let's see what they found. And if you didn't see this, it's kind of interesting.
What is the rope doing there?
Holy shit, he's right. That's a giant fucking rope.
What is a rope doing there?
That is, yeah.
It's small though. I'm actually next to another rope right here, like that. So, right here, next to me.
That's a yellow rope.
Oh, we're going more in. You got it? Yeah. We're going
Yeah.
home. Let's fix this cable. There's a rope. Why would there be a rope by the? In the sewer drain. What would be a rope?
Just a rope in a sewer drain. Now, I don't know a lot about sewer drains. If they have ropes, is this something like that Scientology put there? I don't know. So I would love to hear your thoughts on it, on what you think that is. Because of course my mind just goes all over the place about it, of what it could possibly be. Let's take a look now at L. Ron Hubbard Way. Jessica Palmadessa was out there giving us a little tour after dark of their, like Scientology was saying, right? They have this big month-long festival and food trucks. Okay, so I saw you guys said in the comments there was a taco truck, but it was one truck, and they said food trucks, plural. So fail Scientology. You got to bring more than one. Even though I bet it was a really good, oh God, I love a taco truck. I'm hungry. Anyways, let's take a look at this.
Teen Intervention Program, LA County Homicides Wall of Shame. Okay, so we got a booth for Teen Interventions Program with, of course, books for Pursuit of Happiness. We got, what is this, Dr. Phil up here or something?
Dr. Phil. It looks like Dr. Phil.
No.
Diabetes, cancer.
Okay. So there's this special Healthy Body Start Pack, okay? 90 for life. Oh, I think this is it right here. Is this it? Diabetes, cancer. Okay, guys. So, guys, make sure you take this pill.
Right there, bro. Is that true? Can cook cancer or cook?
Come on. He would buy this and be like, oh, yeah. So, sounds great.
Just an interesting assortment of booths. It's really odd. It's almost kind of like they just said, you know what, let's just find anybody to come out here and pitch a tent to block the street, and it just doesn't matter what you're selling or what you're doing. Hey, Rabbit. It's so Scientology. It's like, here's the other thing too, because I tried to look at this from a Scientology Sea Org perspective, and my ex-Sea Org friends, you guys tell me what you think. Doesn't that seem like other practices that they would allow something like that being sold, because it's supposed to be Dianetics and Scientology to help with what ails you and make you better and all of that. And now this pill's being sold out there. It gives desperate Scientology. It definitely does, because they can't get anybody else to show up to have booths there. So of course it's going to be weird. Now, Scientology Audit Streets LA was talking about how he kind of cracked the code on OSA's schedule and was giving them a heads up. So OSA, if you're here, wake up. I know. Wake up. You got to get back to work. We all need to get back to work. Check this out. William Good has figured out your schedule, and I don't know what you want to do about it, but here you go.
Hey, OSA, if you're watching, I got your whole schedule down. You got to redo it now, because I see the pattern. I know exactly what time the buses are going to be dropping off. I know exactly what time. Send out a memo. Let them know you're going to have to change up the schedule. Hey,
I love that. Send out a memo and let you know. Let them know they got to change the schedule. Yeah, they do. I mean, if it's getting figured out, they probably will. But it's going to take a little while because they are understaffed. This is the thing. We give the Office of Special Affairs in Scientology a really hard time. But you guys, they are overworked and underpaid, potentially not getting proper nourishment too, because they could be being punished and on beans and rice like all the time. You can go nappy nap now. You can go back to sleep, OSA. We'll wake you up if there's anything else that we want to make sure you should know about to report to Dear Leader. Did you guys see DOA's new, I mean, you guys, let's be honest, you know I'm here for anything RV, van life, like the whole camping, glamping related. So of course I had to see this van. You got a new van for $2,000 and it does all kinds of stuff.
We're up in the mountains here. $2,000, man. This thing is oh my gosh. $2,000.
It's got like a toilet, and I think it's got like AC even. That's like amazing. I mean, that's a really good deal. And I bet maybe he could fix it up too. If I was like in my 20s or even 30s, I think that's something that I would love to do. In my 50s, it would have to be like one of those gigantic ones, and I would need somebody to drive it because it would be like the size of a bus, but with all of the things, all one level living, because, you know, I got the knees that sometimes give me heat, give me a hard time. I love that mic too. SPRV. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's take a look too. So it was really great. Like I said, I've been trying to catch up on things, and let's take a look at a video from growing up in Scientology. Aaron did a video. There's a little clip here we're going to look at about, you know, what can happen with chat drama and stuff. And let's take a look, and then we'll chat about it.
This digital world of YouTube and live streaming and the live chat. It's why I have to tell you, I very much look down on the practice of jumping into the live chat of a YouTube channel to complain and criticize and bitch about someone else on someone else's channel. And my moderators delete that shit immediately. I really consider it to be when you have a group of people who are engaged in the activity that we are engaged in, I feel like we need to have a near zero tolerance policy for people, particularly relatively unknown, anonymous people online, jumping into a live stream to get people inflamed and worked up about other streamers.
Yep, that's something to keep an eye out for. There was a lot of that going on lately. I missed a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm getting caught up on it. And you'll see that too on my channel. The moderators will, if you come in and just, you know, talk nasty about another streamer or other channels, that they're going to just like, you can be gone. They're going to put you on a timeout. All right. So I want to thank everybody for just your amazing, kind words and support. Liz Ferris, thank you for gifting 5 Scientology Life After a Cult memberships. Love it, Liz. Thank you very much. And Gabriel, thank you for being a member for 3 months. That's awesome. We love you, Natalie. Welcome back. Sending all the hugs and love your way. Thank you. Nothing. What's that say? Nothing go me is fake. Anyways, we'll go with that. Here's a funny for you. I think I'm watching SPTV too much because I had a dream where I was insistent on buying Scientology free cat food. That's fantastic. I love that. Thank you for that super sticker, True Crime SP. Erica, thank you for that. Peter Foster, thank you so much for the super chat. Here are 100 hugs from Sheffield, UK to you. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Jem Ronan, thank you for the super sticker and for being here. All right, I'm going to grab some questions here too. Nisa, where does Scientology come off kicking people off a public street? They just think they can do that. You got to remember, Scientology and the Sea Org think they are above the everyday laws of the world that the rest of us have to follow. They truly believe they're above it. Just me, congrats on busting 20,000 subscribers. We did. Thank you, you guys. This happened just in the last week. I appreciate it so much. If you're new to the channel, please check it out. Hit that subscribe button and set your notification bell to all so you get notifications too. I thank you guys so much. And now we're just going to keep climbing. We're going to keep doing it. Rabbit, again, thank you for being here. I'm late, just chopping by to show some love. Amber says, I grew up half in the Sea Org and half in Scientology, unfortunately. Yeah, that's right. Amber has shared her story. I know for sure you were on one channel, and it just never ceases to amaze me what people experienced and then what they're doing today to raise awareness about it. Thank you, John. Yep, glad to see you back where you belong. We're getting back to it. There are I had to move. I had to change the whole background. I actually, to be honest, I tore apart. I've almost killed my sister because she's been here with me and just changing so many things just because it feels good to do that. And Sarah, are Aaron and Jenna with you there? Yes, they are. I'm holding them in my basement, but they are. And that's been great. They got here, so they'll be with me for a little while too. And just trying to just get back into the swing of things. You guys have been like so, I remembered my Kleenex. I want you to know how much I appreciate the support and the kind words. And I'm catching up on all of the just the tribute to memorials that people did for Tony. That was like so cool. I have a few friends who've been keeping track of the links, and I'm going to watch them all. I watched a couple, but I also watched them with his boys. His boys came over the other day, and I showed them a few of them they watched, including Dan Walks LA and the vigil with Becky that they did on the beach. And the boys were just blown away by it. And they're just blown away by the amount of just support and love that we're getting. That's also going to make it possible for them to come with me to spread Tony's ashes in Hawaii. So we're going to do a celebration of life in July. And a few days after that, we're going to go ahead and do what he wanted us to do. And we're going to do it together. And that is, it's something that's so important. And I wasn't sure how that was going to happen. And maybe we would have to do it later, but we talked about it. And his oldest son is in college and, needs to go back to school. He's going to do he's going on a trip and then needs to get back to school in August. And I think having that closure, and let's be honest, also, I felt like if I didn't do it right away, I'm never giving up those ashes. But so it feels good to be able to that I know that we're going to do that, because like I said, if we didn't do it fairly soon, I think I just hold on to him forever. And Tony was so clear about not wanting that. He didn't want to be in Minnesota. So we're going to be able to, we're working on putting things together to be able to make that happen, and make it happen too for the boys, so that they can have some closure and, show up again, to be able to get back to school and do all the things. I need to blow my nose. Can we just all right. I have been, going between just frantically rearranging my house to, also having some downtime, especially having Aaron and Jenna here is just so awesome. And my sister and just other friends and family who've been coming by and coming and going has been helping a ton. And I just know that it's going to continue to get better. But I know how important it is to me to do this, how much it helps me to do these videos and get back to exposing Scientology. And I know how important it was to Tony. It became something that was hugely important to him, not just because of me, I mean, in large part, but because of our connection, but something he really believed in. And we had a lot of conversations about a lot of stuff. And I'm so thankful that, a lot of people don't have that opportunity to know what's coming and to have those conversations, from everything from what he wanted to happen after to how much he wanted me to, we talked about how much to share, even on YouTube, even like with his, celebration of life, which, by the way, that reminds me, if you see a Facebook page about live streaming Tony's funeral, anything like that, it's total scams. It's some kind of troll scammer thing. There were several of them. And thank you to all of you who've been just reporting them like crazy. I don't know if they're down or not yet, but I'm not going to create a page or do something or that. Not to say like, oh, well, getting back to my point, Tony felt all of you, this whole community is such a big part, has been such a big part of, going through, we've been dealing with it. Tony got diagnosed 2.5 years ago, but it was really towards the end of that journey and fight that I came on YouTube and he's gotten to know this community and you've gotten to know him. And it was important for him he said to share it. He said, speak as freely as you want about it. And that this community also has been so supportive. So it's like we want to be able to share those good times with you too. We'll do some fun live streaming from Hawaii and just show you where some of the places that he really connected with we're going to be on the Big Island. And I'm glad we were able to have those conversations, but making a Facebook page and stuff like that for it. No, we're not doing that. If you see it, please report it because it's just stupid. Red listens. Thank you for being a member for 3 months. Can't wait to see how DOA paints up his new van. Me too. Kayla, thank you so much for that super chat. Congratulations on 20,000 subs. Love you, Natalie. You too. Thank you. Thank all of you guys for that. Theodone, thank you for becoming a new member. Hip hip hooray to you. Lisa Lupin, thank you for being a member for a month. And Cult de Sac, I love that, Jim. That's a great name. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel as well. And Anna from Canada, I appreciate that. We will help carry the load, all 20,000 of us. That's what it's going to take too. I really think that it is. Eric, thank you. Great to see you. Tony will always live in your heart. My entire family lives in mine.
I'm not really awake yet. Hey. From the basement.
I told him I'm keeping you in the basement. Get some coffee. We'll have some bagels. Liz, thank you so much. Liz, stop gifting memberships, Liz Ferris. Thank you. I appreciate it, but you do not have to do that. We are going to, my house is turned upside down in a couple of rooms. Like I said, I've been just feeling the need just to change that. There needs to be a distinct, before and after. Like, what I've been saying is I just need it to feel like it's a new chapter. Tony is always going to be here, always going to be a part of me, a part of the family, a part of this space, and a part of our community. So, but I couldn't stand the thought of getting back in that chair in the same place. I'm not even in the same room. It's just full of stuff now. I've just been throwing in there and thought I'm just going to move into the other room. And then, then take it from there. But this is really helpful for me. And, it's in my core. And I'm sure a lot of it is the way, my background in being so work and production oriented. I will take downtime. I'm going to have beautiful time. But for me and my healing, I also got to get back to it. I'm a Virgo. I need a schedule. I need, just getting back to getting things going. And that's why I wanted to show up today. And thank you guys for all showing up here as well. And that's right, Jim. You do you, boo. That is what we're going to do. That is completely what we're going to want to do. So I'm going to be back doing, the recaps. I'm probably not going to, at least right now, this is my compromise. I'm not going back to a set time just because sleep is sometimes fleeting and work sometimes and not other times. And I want to make sure that if I can sleep longer and get more sleep, that I do. And then when I wake up, I know how long it takes me to prep, and then I'll get out a notification and we'll go live. Today it happened at 11 Central Time. So Aaron coming out of the tunnels. Oh my God, you guys so get me. Yes, and I see some of you need Test Mac. I don't know. We might have to do that video of Aaron on the roller coaster at the MOA at the Mall of America. I'll see if they want to go. I mean, it's a whole thing going there. All right. So, like I said, I'm just going to kind of wing it each day on the time. And does it matter? Thank you so much for becoming a member. And yes, it matters. It matters. Hold on real quick, though. I got to blow my nose again. I see your comments. I appreciate it too on your, hey, paraditology. Great to see you here. And thank you. I missed a lot. I couldn't look at the chat when I really wanted to get through the recap without losing it. So I want to thank everybody who showed up. I know there's a lot of streamers here and, fellow creators. I appreciate you being here so much. My first day back. And I just couldn't look at the chat or I would just start crying. And so thank you for winging it with me. So keep an eye out. Make sure you check that notification bell. And just thank you so much, everybody, for all of your help, all of the fun. I'm enjoying going through and reading the cards. Same with his family. It's just been great. Aaron, leave the spam alone. Oh, I should make spam this morning. That's actually a good idea. I wonder if he's had it. Spam is fabulous. I love it. It's really big in Hawaii. All right, let me double check. I think I got everybody here. I love you guys back. Thank you so much for, like I said, your kindness, your words of encouragement. And we're just going to take it every day and get through it. And we're going to work on setting up my new office. I also somehow thought this would be the great time to pull everything out of my closet and put it on my bed. And I was going to rearrange it. I can give you one guess where it is. It's on the floor. I just shoved it all off. So got some projects coming up to help with my organizing. Helps me. Some people exercise for stress relief. I clean and organize. That's like my process for stuff. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I feel like I'm just rambling now, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And most importantly, you guys get out there and have an amazing cult-free day.